So first and foremost, as always, I always like to welcome everybody with a few introductions. My name is Sean Kozak. I'm the founder of the NeuroStreet ecosystem and ARC Developments. My team and I are here to kind of do things a little bit differently today. Normally, we'll have standard webinars that are rotating for educational purposes, but we've been getting a lot of questions with regards to the prop programs and the differences between the stocks and options program versus the global assets gaps program for futures and Forex and crypto. And ultimately, there's been a lot of traders that have been coming to us saying, I'm still struggling. Where can I get help? What do I do? I've been going into the prop firm industry and I've been failing my evaluations. And, you guys all know the story and the goal here today is to pick up after yesterday's AMA. We did an AMA yesterday with all the stocks and options crowd. And today we're going to be focusing on the GAP program, which is the Global Assets Prop Program. And we are recording it. We'll send you out a recording. If you have any questions, you can put that in the chat box for myself and Jim to tackle here as we progress throughout the presentation. And then ultimately, the goal here is to kind of just do things completely different. There's not going to be a PowerPoint today. There's not going to be any type of heavy sales pitch or anything of the nature. We do have a promo running, and you will have to take action to take advantage of it. It's a very, very unique promo. I'll just come out and say it. We're doing a 2-in-1 bundle for both of the prop programs. It's our way of trying to give as much value to the traders that are looking to get funded in the prop industry. And that's why yesterday we did the stocks and options, and today we did the global assets. So we'll touch more about the 2-in-1 here at the end of the presentation. But for all of you that are new in here, if you're looking to get funded for a trader funding company, or if you're looking to just become a successful trader, period, that's exactly why we're here. Okay. Now, I am not your broker or your CTA, nor am I giving you any investment advice. Past performance is never future results. Can everybody give me a why in the chat box that they understand the risks in the business? They understand the disclaimers of the industry. Can't guarantee anything. You're here on your own recognizance, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? So just want to make sure we get that out of the way, because this isn't a presentation. This is more of a conversation, as you will, between traders, right? So I want to talk a little bit about what the GAP program is. I'm just going to go through this little whiteboard over here on the bottom left. The GAP program, it stands for Global Assets. Why? Because a lot of times when you trade a strategy, you're pigeonholed into one market. You're forced to trade the S&P, or you're forced to trade crude, or your strategy only works on one time frame, or whatever the case may be. Well, that's not sufficient for prop traders, because prop traders need action, they need activity, they need consistency, and they need to be able to go where the market movement is. They need to be able to go where the opportunity is. If all you did was trade the S&P, and every day the S&P was a shit market to trade, why the hell would you want to run a business on one market? I think it's the stupidest thing you could ever do. And I'm going to talk about, are you guys okay with me just speaking from the cusp of my opinions? Do I have your permission to just give you the straight shooter bones? As a very experienced trader, I've taught thousands of traders globally. I've taught all my instructors. I've managed funds. I just don't sit in front of the screens all day, but I'm here to break it to you. Are you guys okay with it? Are you guys okay with me being candid, honest, a straight shooter? I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to help people change your lives. Are you guys okay with that? Give me a yes if that's okay with you. I want to make sure that I've got your permission to speak freely. Okay, give me a yes or no, or if I want to make sure. Okay, perfect. So in reality, the majority of the traders that are in this business will never, ever become successful. Why? Why is that? Why is it that everybody who tries to become a successful trader doesn't get there? I'm going to ask you some seriously heartwarming questions. This isn't some pitch. Like, this is like me trying to break the paradigms. Why do you think 95% of all traders never make it? Georgie says it's difficult because discipline and it just requires consistency. Okay. Yeah, it's difficult. Absolutely. Consistency is a result of skill and better choices. To be consistent, it's about making better choices. A lot of people peg consistency to the strategy. A lot of people peg consistency to the vendor or the trading room or the indicator. That's not the case, right? Consistency is a result of the individual, period. If you're not getting the results you want, it's because you're not doing the right things. It's that simple. Like, you can't put it on an indicator. You can't put it on a platform. You can't put it on a prop firm. You can't put it on an instructor. If you're not being a successful trader, it's because you're not doing the right things. Like, there's no in between. Like if you're not successful right now, it's because you're making mistakes, period. And if you can admit that, then you've already won. You've already won. It's like the fat guy walking down the street, right? Keeps asking, why am I overweight? Why am I overweight? I just left the gym, but he's eating a Big Mac on the way home. Right? That's just straight. I'm just being real here. I'm not here to sugarcoat this. This is a business of money. It's a business of your time. How many hours have you guys put behind the screens? How many hours, guys? Like days, weeks, months, years. Countless. To be where? Right where you started? Maybe a little bit ahead? That's hardcore. I'm going to rip the Band-Aid off today because I'm going to let the wound bleed out. Once you're done bleeding out, I'm going to patch it back up. We're going to give you a solution. And I promise you, this is going to change your business. It's going to change you if you want it to. Okay? This is not a PowerPoint. This is Sean coming down from the heavens to break it to you, okay, and give you a permanent solution. And we're going to show you the evidence. We're going to show you the proof. We're going to show you the reality. And you can make a decision as to whether or not you want to stay where you are or if you want to make the change. Okay. So we built a program that is market neutral, platform neutral, and prop firm neutral. We did this because by not being dependent on one market and not being dependent on one indicator or one trading room or whatever the case may be, you can then become in control of your destiny as a financial trader. So when we call it gap, it's for a reason. We're going to close the gap between your struggling reality and your future results. We're going to close that gap today. And the reason we call it gap is because we trade everything with one system. We use the same strategy across every single asset in the business. You can take this, you give me any market you want, and I promise you, I guarantee you, I'll show you where the next trade is on that market. There isn't wait for this indicator to cross this and wait for that. No. We trade price action, pure price action inside the gap program. We made this change because it's drastically more profitable than I've ever seen anybody else trade. Now, that's a serious statement. We've ran trade rooms for years. We've ran order flow trading rooms. We've ran supply and demand trading rooms. We've sold algos. We've sold this. Now, algos is in a different category. If you're a quant trader, there's no overlap here, right? If you want to trade quant, different discussion. Automation is different. Clearly a completely different approach to the financial markets. You can't put the two and two together. But if you're a discretionary trader, a retail trader who is trading on your own decision making, you have to ask yourself, has it been working for you? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you why gap? Why should we even teach it to you? Why should you even learn it? Why? The why is the most important part. Now, I'm going to first start with here. Can anybody, I'm not going to go here. I got a lot of traders in here, and I'm not going to move on to the next topic, and we're not going to progress in this discussion until everybody replies in the chat box. I want everybody to reply in order for us to move forward. So don't be the guy that holds the rest of the group over. Why are you here today? Like, truly, why are you here? Like, get honest with yourself. Are you struggling? Are you bleeding dry? Have you bought 100 evaluations? to fail them all? Are you losing money in your live account? Are you struggling with discipline, trade management? What is it? Like, why are you here? Why are you even in our discords? Why are you even trading, right? Are you bleeding slowly? Are you an emotional trader that has wins and then all of a sudden you blow out your accounts? Like, what is it? Are you a very successful trader and you just love to make more learning? That's possible, right? There's a few in here that I would obviously assume that you're really good and you just like to learn. Nothing wrong with that. Do me a favor and turn the comments to everybody. Like, everybody can reply in here. You should be able to choose post to everybody on your chat box. Change it to everyone and then repost it. I want everybody to post it. I need everybody to see the reality in here. You're not alone. I'm not going any further until everybody comments. And I know how many people are in here, so I'm watching the comments. Don't be that guy. I like interactive conversations. Even if you can't speak to me right now, I want to make sure that everybody's dynamic to become successful. You're bleeding slowly, James. Thank you for your honesty, right? To learn and start to win, Juan says, okay, to become successful. Georgie's an emotional trader. Welcome to the crowd, George. Listen to your view and learn more, Ray. Perfect. Excellent. Improve and pass evals. Okay. William, have you been failing evals? I'm sure you've bought in a couple, probably blow out a few accounts. Whatever the case is here, guys, you're here because you're not extremely successful. Now, I've got some really, really comforting information to share with you. And like, get close to the mic here. It's not a secret. It's a freaking tough business until it isn't. It's a really tough business until it isn't. Jim, you're on the mic here. Here's one of my senior instructors. Jim,
hey,
I'm going to ask you to, I watched you evolve. You were once a student of mine.
Mm-hmm.
You were in the classrooms when I ran trade rooms years ago.
Yep.
And you watched me train Gilbert, bring him up as an auction trader. You watched me bring Ethan through, teach him in the equity side. He's crushing the equity side. Yep. Like, I brought you through the ropes. I brought Roy in, teaching him his strategies and AT trader and all that. I've taught a lot of people how to trade. Yep. Okay. And I've taught you how to trade in many different capacities. And I've watched you go from order flow to signal systems to what happened when we changed to what we're doing now in your life as not only a trader, but as an instructor?
Oh my God. The first thing, there's several things, right? The first one is stress. The stress is gone in trading. I don't stress about trading anymore, which is amazing. I'm way more profitable, obviously, which we'll talk about, but I don't look at anything else. You know, like when I have this strategy and what we're trading now, I don't have to look at anything else because I am very, very successful with this style of trading. And it keeps you from having to need to look at other things and jump to the next thing. And you hit the nail on the head. I traded order flow. I've traded other signal systems and everything. This is the best thing I've ever seen anybody trade. And I was talking to my wife about this. I'm like, I'm the one trading it. And this is the best thing that I've ever seen. And it's just been incredible. So yeah, it's the real deal.
So I'll give you guys a little backstory in a moment when we get into this, but I like when I see people struggle and then they never struggle anymore. Like, there's some type of fulfillment in that for me as a leader. You know, I've traded for a long time. God forbid, man, I'll probably die with a chart in my coffin, right? And I'm just passionate about it. I love everything about financial markets. I love everything about financial tech, system design, architecture. But what I love most is when I see people come into the Discords and they've always been struggling and we're always getting emails and can you help me? And now they're just posting trades of wins. They're sending me messages being like, thank you. I want to thank you. My family life's improved. My piece of quality of life has improved. Like, if I didn't make the transition, or if I didn't do this and join what you're doing now, I don't know where I'd be in my life, because it was getting to the point where I was feeling like I was giving up. I wanted to maybe just leave trading altogether. I just felt like there wasn't any other path to success. Has anybody ever felt like that here? Like, you know, you spent months, maybe years, and you're still where you were at the beginning. You know, maybe you've learned a lot. You've got a lot of education. You know the jargon. You know the indicator. You know the concepts, but like you're still not doing it. And sometimes there's that level of self-acceptance and you're like, you know, I just got to accept where I am. And then other times it's just, you're just freaking pissed off. Like, what am I doing with my time? What am I doing with my journey in this so-called experience called life? Like if I wanted to, I could go become a real estate agent and sell houses for $500,000 a year. It's probably a better use of my time than trying to figure out this trading business, right? Like you got to put things into perspective. Like if you're going to be a trader, like you're either going to be a trader and become really good as fast as possible and then make a whackload of money as fast as possible, or realize that this isn't just it. Like there's no in between. You're either going to be really good making a whole lot of money, or why would you want to just go by making a couple $100 a day? Like you can go and do that selling ice cream at Bubba Tea. You can make $100 a day doing anything. Why do it and be stressed out all the time? Does everybody kind of understand this? Right? Like if I'm not making at least $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 a week, what's the point? Because that's the potential with trading. But if you're not going to get there quickly and efficiently with a clear path to the destination, then you're going to be on YouTube for the next 6 months, watching influencer after influencer. You're going to go to a webinar and you're going to join this guy, and then you're going to flip over here and buy that system. And then like, how many of you guys can relate with that? The vendor rat race, going back and forth. Hell, you've probably been in our webinars, and then you've gone to somebody else's webinar, and then you've gone to a different trading room, and then you come back to our webinar because maybe they're going to say something differently this time, right? How many of you guys can agree with me? I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm trying to be a really good coach that can help you change your narrative. How many times you and me have a conversation, Jim, about you got to make this change now, Jim? Like it's affecting you. Like I don't bullshit.
Once.
Yeah, no,
Maybe
yeah,
once.
Yeah. Let's just be honest here. Like Giorgio, like saying reality, because I've seen people call me, and I'm going to share this with you. I could run a podcast today. This is like a webinar, AMA/podcast. I've had people contact me in freaking tears. My wife is divorcing me. I lost $1 million trading our life savings the second time around, and I haven't been able to make it work. Like this is the reality of some people's existence in this business. I know people that have contacted me, but 200 evaluations, addicted to prop firm evals, addicted. They don't want to accept the failure. They don't want to accept it. I've seen people buy 20 accounts in the morning, fail them in the morning, and then go and buy 20 accounts in the afternoon before the market closes, only to fail those 20 again, leveraging down, angry. Like that's 40 evals in a day. Now, you may not be at that level of catastrophic, holy shit, but whether you're failing on one account, whether that's your own personal account, whether that's a SIM account, or whether it's an eval account, you know, if you're in a place where I need some help, can we make that honest admission? You know better than I do if you need to honestly accept that I need to figure out something different, and I need someone to teach it to me because I'm sick and tired of it. Like I just don't want to do that anymore, right? Like how many of you guys are at that point where you're willing to do whatever it takes? Yes or no? Like, and Michael's here, says yes. Giorgio's here. Only 2 people, Stormin, friend, James, yeah. Because there's this little monkey that's now sitting on the left shoulder. I'm on the right telling you I have a solution. There's a guy on the left, let's just call him Jim, okay? And he's sitting there saying, oh God, here they're going to charge us more money. They're going to try to sell us a program. You're damn right we're going to sell you a program. We're a trading school. Get that out of your head. It costs money to run a business. It costs money to run the classes. It costs money to hire the staff. It costs money to teach it. Hell, I got to pay Zoom to host these meetings. But If you're sitting there saying, well, I don't want to pay for something that could show me the way, and yet you're sitting there saying, I'm going to sit here and stay stuck for another 6 months, you've already lost. There's nothing I can do to help you, period. Like if you're sitting there worrying about price, I've already got something I put together to make sure price isn't an issue today. I can promise you, you'll never get a deal like this ever again. This isn't some sales pitch or some promo. Like this is like, if I'm going to help you, you got to give me the opportunity to help you. How many of you guys are willing for us to help you today? Give me a yes. I want to know for sure if you're serious about getting the help you want. Michael? Yes. Georgie? Anybody else? 2 people out of all the people here want to make a change in their life and their trading? James, Christopher? Anybody else? Jill, Christian, Stormin, Margaret, like Juan, like I don't know. You're here for a reason. So what I'm going to do is, why can I promise you that what we're doing is better than anything else you're doing right now? Well, first of all, we're not here just trying to teach you information. We lead by example. So if you're going to do something, you need to be in an environment that they're going to do it in front of you until you're able to do it yourself. So let me explain this. A good course or a good mentor or a good trading room isn't just throwing information to you. They're actually taking you by the hand, saying, put 1 foot here, 1 foot there. Okay, you don't know how to do that? Okay, watch me do it. I'm going to do it. Here's the proof that I'm very successful doing it. Here's my performance. Here's my track record. Here's all the trading images. Here's all of the trades. Here's all of the students doing it. You can do it too. I don't know of any other vendor. I don't know of any other vendor. And I know some pretty big vendors. I know some pretty big influencers that have some really big following and they make some big money. I know some guys that do some big money in the trading space, but none of their people can follow them. Like I've never been able, like I've had conversations with some big hitters. I know a lot of owners. I'm an owner in a business cycle, right? I know a lot of big companies. I've had conversations with some pretty big influencers, some big educators and big traders, and just nobody can replicate what they're doing. So it's good that they're successful and they sell it based off their own success. But if nobody else can replicate it, then what the hell's the point? You're buying a course only to have buyer's remorse 3 months from now, being like, I wish I didn't follow that bullshit because I'm never going to do it. How many of you guys have felt that? You got sucked into the excitement. Oh my God, they're going to give me the solution. You buy something and then you feel like shit later on because you bought something that didn't work for you. Anybody? I felt like that. I know for a fact I can speak. It happens. Yeah. So here's the reality. I'm going to teach you today everything that you're going to get and everything that our promise is to you. So you know exactly what to expect. There's no red tape. There's no hidden agenda. There's no funny business. There's no missed stuff. It's that simple. Okay. That's going to give you the evidence as to why you should make the decision. And the risk of you not doing it is simply, you're just going to stay where you are. Like, if you're comfortable being sick of your results and you're comfortable struggling, then I can't change your I had this conversation about people willing to change. And you line up 10 people in a room, and no matter how bad you try to help people, there's no way you can help them unless they want the help. It's that simple. Right? So I could sit here and give you all the information today, but if your mind has already made the decision that I'm going to stay stuck for whatever reason, your subconscious belief systems keep you there, you got a lot of work to do before you'll ever be comfortable trading profitably. There's a psychological barrier that's keeping you from moving forward in things. And that's not me trying to be rude. That's just the honest truth of life, right? Like you get out what you put in. So if you do not move forward with what we're doing today, for those of you that are struggling, there's a very high degree of certainty that the majority will remain struggling. There'll be a few of you that may find a successful path, and I'm not here to say that we're the only route to the highland, but I'm here to just be straight with you. Does that make sense? Give me a yes, that everything I've said is at least understood, clear, and you can relate with it. Yeah? Anybody? Like I said, I'm not here to do some presentation. I want to talk about some things. Okay. So I want to talk a little bit about why our system, it's not about the strategy. It's why the system is a good business. Like, if you're going to get into business, why would the McDonald's franchise be a good business? Because it's a proven model. You can sell burgers on a Monday. You can sell Big Macs on a Tuesday. You can sell ice cream on it. You can sell your products and services every day. There's always going to be customers every day. It's a repeatable business model. Why would you want to own a franchise in McDonald's? Because you can buy breakfast there. You can buy lunch. You can buy dinner. You can always provide your services to all types of people. It's a good business. When you buy a strategy that's only available to a certain subset of a person, and it's only available to work good in trends, well, what you're saying is that I've pigeonholed my business to only work on a few markets, and I only can trade in a trending market on days where the market's moving. Is that a good business? When you've literally reduced the amount of exposure that you can trade the system, the days in which you can trade that strategy on, like, how do you know if today's going to be a trending day or an oscillating day or a breakout day or a range? Like, you don't know that. This is the discipline problem that everyone has, the consistency. I've seen guys that are very good traders that sit there and they're very good traders for periods of time, and then they give it all back to the market. So what's happening? Are they bad traders? No, they're trading the wrong system the wrong way, because you cannot take a strategy and force it into the wrong environment. There's days where we will never trade the S&P. We'll trade platinum. We'll trade the euro, trade the Japanese yen. We'll trade Bitcoin. We'll trade whatever says, screaming out at the chart saying, pick this level. It's going to make really good money. How many of you guys would rather just get good at saying, okay, that's where the good money trade is, versus, well, I'm just going to look at the NASDAQ today. Like, I can tell you right now, like, if I sat down with you, if you paid me to work with you one-on-one, I don't do one-on-ones anymore. I charge a lot of money, and it's just not scalable to me. My time is, I can't do it. But I've had guys that have paid me a lot of money to coach them one-on-one, because I break people. I break them psychologically, and I break them in there, and then I force them to get out of what's causing them problems. And one of the things that I always would see is, like, well, we get in a one-on-one and they'd say, well, I want to trade the NASDAQ. I say, why do you want to trade the NASDAQ? Well, because it moves. Yeah, but if the NASDAQ is a shit market today, why would you trade the NASDAQ? Well, it's trending up. Yeah, but does that mean that the market, you should trade that market? Like, you got to remember, people are hardwired by what they've been told, what you've been hardwired. Everybody's a product of the information they've been exposed to. I mean, Jim, I've got guys trading in the trade room that, like, we can go and show you a trade today. One of the guys took, Chris from Japan, he shorted the YM, and then next time you know, he's taking a trade on copper, like completely the other side subsets of the market. I've got traders that are trading the Japanese yen on a futures contract. They're like, I've never traded currency futures in my life, but wow, this was a hugely profitable trade. Exactly. Like, we're going to teach you how to look at things completely different than you've ever done before. And I can promise you that. But one thing I can promise you this is that what we teach you can be used as an investor. You could use it as a swing trader. You could use it as a day trader, and you could use it as a scalper. So we have a system that interchangeably can cater to every single persona of a trader. If you want to invest long-term in your wealth bucket accounts, we can set you up with the workspace and just change the time frames. Literally just change the time frames. And all you need to do is follow the exact same approach. You could invest like a kingpin, picking buy and holds in the market for long periods of time. If you wanted to be a scalper, let's say somebody that wants more activity, you can take what we're doing in the trade room, drop the time frames down just slightly, same rotation, same concept, same process, and scalp the market. You can do what we do in the trade room, and you could day trade to intermediate swing trade, and sky's the limits. But you're never going to be pigeonholed into being a reactive trader. People that are reacting to the market. How many of you guys have tried to follow a trading room and you have a signal and you miss it, or you didn't get the same trade as the instructor because they acted faster, or they just did it and you didn't know what they were doing, and then you're like, okay, well, I'll just wait for the next one. How many of you guys have ever felt that, where you couldn't keep up or you couldn't follow what they were doing because you always felt like you're chasing their analysis or dependent on their analysis? That's the more important word. You're dependent on somebody else to make your decisions for you. Okay. Well, The reason for that is because you're in a reactive environment. That's dangerous. If you're always reacting to the market in real time, you're never being proactive to pre-planning your analysis. That's a very dangerous way to trade, and it's never consistently going to last. It will never last. I can promise you this. I've seen it. I've been in this business for 15 years working with traders deep in the trenches, and it will never last. Reactive traders will always make some money, and they'll always give it back. They will get smacked really hard. And the reason I'm saying this is that in order for you to learn what we're doing, it's very simple. Like, it's very simple. We have basic education. It's really basic. And then there's some intermediate concepts you're going to have to learn, which is intermediate. And then there's some mastery level stuff that once you learn it, I promise you, you're going to feel like you're one with Yoda. Like, Jim, when you learn how to structure map, tell me what has happened since you learned how to structure map. Like, we map structure on price action. What has it done for you?
I mean, it's just clarity, and it gives you it gives you more confidence in what you're doing, because you're relying on your own analysis, the right way of doing it, versus relying on an indicator. And there's nothing wrong with indicators. They all serve a purpose and they're great. But with what we're doing, it's the added confidence and clarity to what I'm doing, and knowing where to get in and what direction. I mean, that's the big thing.
Can you safely say that if I just randomly threw a market at you, you could within 3 minutes tell me exactly the bias, the trade setup, and where you're looking to participate?
200%. Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. That's the point. You could rapid fire me 100 markets right now, and I would end up telling you 100 different locations with a very, very high degree of accuracy, with not even second guessing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
That is a powerful place to be. I've seen people come into the program within 30 days. Yeah, we're going to show you some examples, Stormont. Yeah, we're going to show you some examples. We're actually going to show you all the trades. In fact, it's better that way, because this is not a webinar where I'm going to sit there and show you how to do it. I'm just going to show you a whackload of trades and all of the real trades, the real fills, the real performance, the statistics on it. But like I said, if you're willing to do it, you have to understand the foundation. Like, you're never going to go and buy a house unless you drove through the neighborhood, made a decision you're going to live there. Like, you don't want to jump too quickly into what you're doing here, right? Give us a second to explain things, and I promise you, you'll thank us for that. Okay, so let's go into the strategy foundation. So we bring together our own approach to things. We don't rely on just one concept. We rely on a combination of market structure. This is probably, we don't really use just smart money. It's more market structure, because we have our own rules around it. Like, there's a lot of different ways to trade market structure. We have our own rules around it. We've mapped out our own rules. So I would say that we literally trade price action based off market structure, supply and demand, order blocks analysis, and inducement, liquidity sweeps, everything to do with market structure and price action. That's the foundation. And the reason we do this is because it's the market. Like, it's everything. Even volume profile is lagging to price action. Even order flow is lagging to price action. Like, you can't have markets without price. Like, if you take away the data on your charts, like these price candles right here, if you took away the data, the main reality of the price candles is to display the data. But if you were sitting inside the exchange down at the pits, you don't have this. You have this. You have price and you have time. If you were down in the pits the old-fashioned way, when they were running the trading and all the floor traders, they didn't have a candlestick. They have nothing. They had time and price. And if you get to that foundational level where you understand what is actually happening, you're going to be able to pull off that level of complexity that you've never done before. Now, what's really nice about this is it's newbie friendly. Why is it newbie friendly? Because you don't need to learn a whole bunch of complicated things. We have a mastery course, an intermediate course, and a basic course. And the only difference is the level of analysis you do on price action, period. All that changes is your ability to map price. We call it structure mapping because it's the same thing every single day. When you go into the trade room, Jim, 9 times out of 10, all you're doing is structure mapping. Yeah.
Yeah. Finding order blocks and structure mapping. Yep.
Just telling everybody where the next trades are. Literally, this is where the trades are, guys. This is where the locations are. Wait for price. And people are going to say, well, where do we enter? We enter here. How do we do it? Just like this. So the goal here is that all of your trades, not some of your trades, not 75% of your trades, not 20, every single freaking trade that you take, you will know in advance where you're doing it and why you're doing it. Okay. Like, let me just repeat that. Like, this is important. Write this down. Every single trade that we take, we send a screenshot to everybody in advance before we take it. Sometimes hours before we take it, sometimes days before we take it, sometimes minutes before we take it. But we never take a trade without knowing where we're taking the trade first and foremost and why we're taking it. That's the key. If you don't know why you're taking the trade, you've already lost. You might as well just assume a stop loss, because if you get a profitable trade off something, you don't even know why you did it, you're getting rewarded for bad trading. So the whole goal is for you to never be reactive. In our Discord, okay, I'm going to pull this up. In our Discord, let me just show you this for a second. Okay. There's this section called Gap. It's private. It's private for a reason. We don't want a bunch of monkeys in there. No offense to everyone else out there, but we don't want a bunch of people polluting our environment. These are not public chat rooms. This is for the people that like making money and don't like a bunch of noise. They don't want the headaches. They don't want all the inexperienced people being idiots. No, I'm not trying to be rude. Like, you know, there's kids and there's adults, you know, and even kids think that they're adults, right? Like, what I'm trying to tell you here is that we pre-plan everything. You see this INST? These are instructor pre-planned trades. STU is student pre-planned trades. And then you have live trades. We pre-plan everything. Let's go to the pre-planned instructor trades. All of the trade plans. Like, we tell you where everything is in advance. We map it out. We put the orders. This is where we're getting long. This is where we're getting short. This is where we're getting short. Like, it's that simple. Like, we do everything. Okay. Why are we showing you this? Because for us, okay, for us, this is really, really important, because if you cannot replicate it, you cannot become successful. So let me just explain this. This isn't sell some hot sizzle. If you don't think that that's valuable, you've already lost, because I don't know anyone else that can show you hundreds and hundreds of trades where we've posted them in advance and then taken them after and show the statistics. So this is the difference between going from the minor leagues to the major leagues. This is the difference between buying one eval and then feeling confident enough to scale 20. Like, this is the difference from going from making $0 or losing $500 a day to successfully making sometimes 5,000, 10,000. I know guys that make very serious money. But all you need to do is know why you're doing it first. Okay? We'll show it to you, friend. If you can't even put your name in here, don't know who you are. We'll get you into the stats in a second. Okay? So, performance and trade prep. Okay? One of the things that we do is we only want to show you transparency on everything that you do. Okay? When it comes to transparency, the way that we do transparency is it's not just about the trades that we take. It's about the trades that we can send you consistently. So there's going to be some times where we come in here and we post instructor pre-planned trades, and we just post a bunch of trades. Like literally, like, these are all of the instructor trades that we post. Just because we post them doesn't mean we take every single one of them. Sometimes we miss them. Sometimes we're busy running a webinar. Sometimes we're teaching a class. Sometimes we're just busy freaking people. But we post them daily. There's a lot of times traders will take trades that we don't take. Like, if I go into this live trading picks, did you take this, Jim?
Which one is this?
Trade on 6E?
Yeah, we took that one on Friday. I had to bail on it because of the close of day. But yeah, it would have, you know, had we held it over the weekend, it would have been profitable. But
okay.
But
So
yeah,
let's
that was
go
a
here.
good one.
Let's go here to this instruction. Let's go to student pre-planned trades. Let's go to live trading plan. This one here. Did you take this MYM trade today?
I did not. I did not. We
Right.
covered it, but we didn't
Exactly.
take it. Nope.
So this was a trade that a student took today.
Uh-huh.
Following our concepts. There's the entry on a confirmation entry. There's the target on the MYM. Okay. So we didn't take that trade, but this is our strategy. These are our levels. These are the things that we put in the classroom. Did you take this 6N trade?
Nope.
Exactly. But it was our levels. These were the things that we're posting. This natural gas trade. Did you take this natural gas trade?
There was one.
The entry was here on this order block. This was
I
the
haven't taken
exit
anything
here.
since September 26th on nat gas.
Okay.
So depending on
So
the date.
here's a great example. So
Yeah.
we're going to show you stats for the trading room because we don't just care about our stats. Our stats mean absolutely nothing. All our stats do is show you that, hey, we're willing to stand behind what we're doing and document it and put it out there pre and post so that even the haters can go back and cry to mom because I don't have time for haters that can't argue with that, right? The reality is that we log our trades daily. We post them in Discord before we take them. And only the trades that we do take, we post in the logs. So let's go here and let's go to the trading log. It's 143 trades taken since July. Okay. And the average blended win rate between futures and Forex of just the trades that Jim and I took and posted that we traded, 143, we're at a 76% win rate. The risk reward is 1-to-1 or greater. Just to be clear on that, this is not 0.5. This is not 0.25. This is 1-to-1 or greater. Okay. What is that equal to a profit factor, Jim? I don't even remember. Like you
just yeah, at 1-to-1, it's a 3-point profit factor. That's not even factoring in the ones that we get 3-to-1 on sometimes.
There's sometimes I've taken trades that are like 5-to-1. Like I don't normally trade for 1-to-1. I'll trade 2-to-1, 3-to-1 on a lot of my bigger trades. But the whole point is that you can come in and just go through the Discord. It's like these are all just logged, and we're not just trading one asset like Platinum, ZM, Aussie Yen. Like the reason we do this is because we've got traders that come in and they don't just want to trade futures indices. Our room trades everything because some days the indices are the worst market to trade. Like just because you think you should trade the S&P, but today you should have shorted the euro. Well, you're missing the boat. You could have made a lot of money trading the euro if the euro was the best trade today. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is because you all said to me that you're not making the results that you want. So would it be safe to say that learning something new makes sense? I'm not trying to sell you something. I'm trying to get into the psychology of what's going to change your life as a trader. How many of you guys would agree that in order to become successful, maybe something needs to change? Maybe you need to learn something different? How many of you guys would agree with this? Yes? No? Agree, Michael? Christopher? Yes? Martin? Storman? Yeah? What about friend? I'm not sure who you are, but Frank? Georgie? So let me explain something. How this came to be, okay, and how this all unfolded was just, and I'll just come out and say it. I mean, I should just really show it. You can obviously see this platform right here. Yes. TickBlaze. Has anybody ever heard of this before? Anybody ever heard of the TickBlaze platform? Okay. It's equivalent to NinjaTrader 8 or better, built by institutional programmers that basically coded the Blackstone quant hedge funds. It was built by hedge fund developers, and we just acquired it. Yeah, like literally just acquired it. And during this acquisition over the last 2 years, we brought in several investors that have funded the acquisition. This is a huge discussion I'm about to share with you. And in parallel, We have a financial team and a risk team that built NeuroStreet funding. Now, why am I sharing this with you? Because my vision is to open up a platform and a funding environment that can provide access to a system that could scale globally through the platform and through the funding companies. So we built it so that we could scale hundreds of thousands of users successfully through the platform and the funding companies while teaching them how to trade very, very successfully through both the platform and the funding company. We're not just an educator. We're not just a trading school, right? So why am I sharing this with you? Because we built this so that we could cater to everybody that's coming through the prop firm programs, everybody that wants to come to our funding evaluations. We want to fund the traders that we're teaching, period. I want to put capital behind all of the traders that are trading what we're doing because it's very successful. There's a big difference. I would not put capital behind a bunch of people trying to muck around with a bunch of indicators and stuff. Maybe they're successful once in a while, but I will put funding behind traders that are doing what we're doing. There's no question about it. So I'm giving you guys a little bit of a carrot in front of this as to why this is being taught like this, why we decided to restructure NeuroStreet for these systems, because I spent the better part of a year being mentored. Even me, I'm just trying to share with you. I'm an AMA. This is an AMA, so I'm just kind of sharing with you personal exposure here. Are you guys okay with me sharing a little backstory on this? Over the last couple of years, I was on a quest to find some really, really, really profitable traders, okay? And when I mean profitable, I mean guys that are doing anywhere between 10, 15, 20 million a year in trading. Like, I mean like real big hitters, like that are trading in the Forex markets, not really futures, because futures is more retail. And the big hitters trade Forex, okay? And I was fortunate enough, I bought course after course. I'm an instructor, but I love learning. I love buying people's programs and seeing how they trade. I love it. It's just a passion for me, right? I don't mind buying courses. I'll go and buy 10, 20, $30,000 worth of courses in a year just to study all the traders out there because I'm passionate about it. And I was fortunate enough to be mentored by some really, really big prop traders in the Forex business. And I spent a year studying them. This wasn't even involving in NeuroStreet. This wasn't in ARC. This was me on my own, evenings and weekends, just soaking it up, just watching these guys, looking at what they're doing. And then I said, okay, I'm going to start doing it. So I started doing it. And I started documenting my trades. Like I just started documenting all of the pictures. Like I was just taking screenshots of all my trades. I was taking stop loss, win, lose, or draw. I was watching, like, this is a huge short on platinum. Like these are all the trades. I just took screenshot after screenshot. I was just trading it. Like I was just taking them. And this was before we launched, before we even brought this into the trading room. I was just tracking everything and I was posting trades. You can go back into the Discord and some of the threads. You'll see some of these trades. Like I only like to take pictures of the things that I'm doing because it's honest. Like there's a really big short right here. Like that was a huge trade. This is on ZM. I think this was an agriculture. I never traded in agriculture in my life, but the setup made sense, so I took the trade, right? And there's a stop out, right? There was a profit before a stop out here. Like I just documented every single freaking trade that I could, right? Like look at this huge short. Like, and so what was I doing? And that was on futures. And then I started doing it on Forex. So I started documenting the exact same system on Forex. So I was taking screenshots, and I was just taking screenshot after screenshot, and I was just taking pictures. I was just logging all my trades. And then I realized, like, holy, and there was this one here was a overshoot and a confirmation entry. And this one here was a profitable trade. I mean, I took stop outs. I mean, I'm a trader, guys. Like stopping out is fine if your risk reward is really good and your hit rate is really good. Like this is a huge trade. This is a huge trade. Like, and I just took screenshot after screenshot. And then I went to Jim and I said, Jim, we're changing the company. He says, what are you talking about? I said, over the last 10 years of trading, I've taught a lot of people, built a lot of systems. I said, nobody that I know of can beat this, that I've seen. And I've watched really, really profitable Forex guys trade this, and they do some serious numbers. And these guys are young, like 20, in their 20s, and like making like 5, 10 million a year. Like, I'm not joking you when I say this. And these guys are only in big Forex prop firms. And like young guys coming up, and like, you know, some of these guys on YouTube and stuff, they drive Ferraris. They're not lying. Like they're actually buying Ferraris because they're making serious money, because they trade price action. They do big time frame down stuff. And so when I learned what they were doing, I said, I'm going to bring this into futures. And futures prop firms are different, because futures prop firms you have to close at the end of the day. You can't hold swing trades and all that stuff. I get that. But we're still able to capture really, really sexy trades following the same concept in a very easy way. And when I realized that I could bring what I was learning in just the Forex industry into both Forex futures and crypto, and modify it slightly to be able to cater to day traders in the futures prop industry, that's when I said, I'm moving all of our trading rooms into this. I'm transitioning the platform and the funding companies into this. And I'm just giving you the truth behind the backstory of why I feel so strongly of why I think I could take literally everybody in this room, and within a short period of time, I could get you to become better than you've ever been. All you need to do is you need to learn what we're doing. It's a commitment. You got to learn it. But if you learn it, I promise you, in 3 months, 6 months, you're going to look back and your life will be completely different when it comes to trading. Period. Like, that is a statement I can back up. So all I'm asking you is to go back to the whole concept as to why. Why are you here? Like, if you're here because you want to be the most successful, consistent, and profitable trader possible, Jim and I can teach it to you. We just put out the new mastery level class. Like, Jim just released the new mastery level course inside of the training. We had all the other videos there, but we just released it to all the members. It's a new program, new education on the videos, just taking it to a next level. But everything is ready. And, you know, if you're serious about this, you know, I can go and I can show you all Jim's trades. Like, Jim just took, I said, Jim, take as many pictures as you can. Like, just every single trade you take, just take them. Just take it. Like I said, if you're going to show people that this is real, nobody's going to believe you until you start documenting that journey. And that's what we've been doing, like just literally documenting it. And then once we got super, super consistent with it and showing that this is freaking possible, we brought it into our Discord. We opened up the threads so that all of our students can do it. So live trading Forex, here's all the Forex trades. We got Forex traders popping trades. Like, these are all of the trades that we're taking in Forex. And then we've got live trades for futures, right? All the futures trades. Like, these are the live trade picks, never mind the pre-planned picks. If you correlate these trades, this 6N trade, to a pre-planned trade in the student pre-plan or the instructor pre-plan, you're going to see that everybody posts their trades before and then they take them after. Imagine that. There's no fudging that. You cannot sit there and say, well, I don't understand. What do you mean? Here was the trade in advance. We posted the trade in advance. We taught this to you in the trading room. This is exactly where we take the trade. And then we log it. Nobody can question the performance, period. How many of you guys would agree with that? That's a pretty bold statement. And you can sense the intensity in my voice when I talk about this, because I see so many people out there that have been burned, that have bought courses, invested in trading programs, and there's just so much shady bullshit going on, right? Like, and and we implemented a new policy in Discord. Literally, I just got sick and tired of all the people pretending that they're great. Like, if you go up here, there's a new policy that we implemented, community guidelines, community policy, literally legal policy. I went to lawyers and we rewrote the terms and conditions, because there was a lot of false phonies in here. I'm not going to name any names. It's not relevant. I don't do business like that. I don't need to sit there and go back down to that ethical street. There's a lot of people that were posting in these free chat rooms. I'm not going to name names, but there was a lot of people posting in here, and they never post their fills. They never post their trades. They never post how big their stop losses were or their targets. But all they do is say how great they are, and they show these huge numbers. And whenever you say, well, show me where you placed your stop, show me where your fills were, you never hear them post. Wow, imagine the crickets, because they're all full of shit. Even the guys that you think are the best traders in the communities, they were all full of shit. And I called them out on it. And so did all of our people. And some of the guys that are actually doing well called them out on it. And now you hear a bunch of crickets, because I put my foot down. I said, no more bullshit. No more blind leading the blind. And it's a policy, and it's a legal policy. Anybody that gets caught posting in our Discords that doesn't post the fills will be banned, because I don't want any of the headaches. So we are all about real. Does that make sense, guys? I'm telling you this because you can't fudge that. Like, you're never going to see us post random shit that you'll never be able to validate. And if you want to get behind people that can teach that, and you want to be a part of a school that can show you how to become a seriously successful trader, let us give me the opportunity. Just all you got to say is when, like now, like let's go. And literally tomorrow you can start. Like literally this can be your reality. Right? So that's it. We have a combo. Yesterday we talked about Ethan's trading in the stock room. Like, the guy's killing it, man. Like, the guy's taken 400 trades since February with an 80% hit rate. Like, the guy's insane. And we taught him, and he just follows it, and he just replicates it. We've got traders crushing the stock market, right? The stats between our gap program and the stock program are, I've been in this business 10 years. I don't know anybody else that can come close to it, period. And that's why I'm here today, is that we've put together a combo where you don't need to buy one or the other. We'll give you both for the price of one, and we discounted it down. Because so many people are saying, well, I can't afford both. Okay, but I want to learn both. Okay. Or I just don't have as much money as these really big packages, but I need your help. So rather than sit there and just charge exponentially extreme prices, we've said, let's do a combination, merge them together. You get both prop programs, which means you can learn stocks and options from an extremely profitable trader in the equities market, or you can come to the futures, Forex, and crypto gap program with me and Jim, and we can literally take you by the hand and do that. Either way, your life's about to change. If you do what we're doing and you stick to it, like when I mean stick to it, you're not flipping and flopping, you're not going and doing this and doing that. You literally become teachable. I promise you this, your life will change as a prop trader. Like, you can actually become a very successful prop trader. Now, I'm just going to call it as a spades. I'm a straight shooter. I'm going to run a poll right now. Okay. I don't know if the poll is there. Jim, do we have polls? There it is. Yeah, poll. I'm going to run a poll. Okay. Now, I'm not here to sugarcoat it. You'll never get this deal. This promo ends tonight or tomorrow. It's good for the rest of the week or nothing, because I'm the CEO of this company and I just bought a $25 million trading platform. When is NinjaTrader's CEO going to come in here and do that? When do you see the CEO of TradingView sitting in here helping traders? You don't do that. I've never seen it. I'm sitting here telling you right now that I'm coming into the trenches as the CEO of this company to give you promos that you are never going to get again. If you want to join this prop program, sign up and start your new journey, period. Okay. And you need to let us know if you're going to do that, either yes or no. Yeah. If you have questions, let us know. We'll get on call with you today, tomorrow, but you have to get in order to get this promo. You're not going to get this ever again. We're not doing 2-in-1s with discounted pricing. If you're serious and you want to do this, absolutely. And you'll get the replay, Alta Gracia, right? We'll send you the replay from today and yesterday. Jim, is the promo good till tomorrow? I think that gives them time to watch the replays. Yeah.
Yeah,
the promo ends tomorrow.
Yeah, and if you need to schedule a one-on-one because you have questions, just make sure to schedule it right away so that we know that it's coming from this event. Okay, but yeah. That'll be good. Yeah. And
if you're in, the link's there to buy it. Get signed up. Get the workspaces installed. Everything is ready for you. Join the classroom as early as tomorrow. Get into the Discords. Get into the community rooms. Okay. If you're not, then, like, I really hope you find that happiness and that peace in your journey, because if you're here because you are seriously ready. And if you're not ready, then I would ask that you stop trading, period. Because I don't think that it's fair to you to continuously go down a path of struggle. I think it's not fair to anyone that should sit there and spin their wheels all the time and every day become a guessing game in the markets, right? Like, I just don't think it's fair. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to your life. It's not fair to your time, right? If you're going to be a trader, then you need to be involved in a really serious community of people that can change your destiny. Like, that's as simple as that, right? So, did you guys enjoy the AMA? If you're wondering what this platform is, this is the platform that we're acquiring right now. We're just in the middle of finalizing the acquisition. And this is the new direction for us. We'll be running the TickBlaze platform with NeuroStreet funding. It's we're going to be doing some big events on this, some stuff. We showcased this yesterday, but it's sexy. It was it's a very sexy piece of equipment, and we'll get into that in another event. But nonetheless, if you enjoyed the AMA, type a yes. Michael signed up, Michael. Awesome, brother. Glad to have you here. Just promise me that you put in the time. You need to be there. You need to put in the time. Yeah, the time is going to change your life. Videos, structure mapping, or if you're in the equities, just learn the 2 trade setups. Whatever it is, if you're in the stock side, then master those 2 setups to the end of time. If you're in the gap program, I would highly suggest pick one over the other. If you've got both, like which everybody will, just make a choice. Which one is whatever is best for you, right? If you really love stocks, then absolutely. Jim and I've got thick skin. We understand that one versus the other. Just take your time. Don't try to do it all at the same time. What's nice is it's not going anywhere. You have access to both. Okay, you have access to both, right?
Yeah, if you have questions, click the link that says free strategy session and you can book time with our team. The team, by the way, is not, they're not rookies in this industry either. They've been trading 15 years apiece each as well. So when you meet with our team, we're serious about putting people that can actually help you with trading, not just, somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about. Yeah, we don't do things that way here. So
we don't have a bunch of random people from other destinations that have never traded before talk to traders. Like everybody that's on my team has come up from being a student of ours. Everybody. Like we hire from within. You cannot talk trading if you're not a trader. Like end of story. Like you're not dealing with glorified sales reps. Like our reps are traders. And they're also in our programs. So that's that simple. And if you're like, you know what, I'll talk to your rep, but you just want to talk to Jim, right? Then just say, I want to talk to Jim, right? Like, Jim, sorry, bud, but you got a couple people here that are saying, I want Jim, right?
Totally fine by me. I'm always happy to talk to traders.
So for those of you that said, give me the link, I'm in, just do it now so that we can help you get onboarded if you need assistance with that. For those of you that are wondering about the performance, all of these are involved like in the trading, in the back end, in the members area. There's a link. You can copy this. You can use this trading log for your trades as well. We log our trades, but you can copy it for your own. These are all available to you. If you want to just take a look at all of these links, Jim has links. You can give them. These are all just trades that Jim and I've taken over the course of the time. And these are all publicly available. You can have access to every one of these sheets. You can look at everything we've done. There's no question on transparency. Okay. For those of you that are making the commitment, my hat goes off to you. I truly commend action, because you've been in an hour and a half presentation with me. That hour and a half, you could have been doing something else and making money some other way. Maybe start a YouTube channel, open up a restaurant, maybe sell pizzas. I don't know. But if you're going to be a trader, don't waste your time. I'm very firm on that, because I wasted my time for years. And it was a really bad decision. Georgie, great. No problem. If you already talked to Michael and he's got you set up with your payment, excellent. Anybody in here that needs any questions, you're all set. Yeah, Michael's in Europe, so he's probably sleeping. He'll get you set up tomorrow, not a problem. You know, David and Jim are here on the US time zone as well. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, do your thing, guys. Well, listen, I want to thank you guys for being here. You know, normally, Jim, you run these events, eh? And once in a while, I just like to come in and just share some love, right? Like sometimes an AMA is just, it's just so much better. Like nobody always needs to go through a PowerPoint. How many of you guys enjoy the AMA formats better than sometimes just a PowerPoint?
Yeah.
Right? Like, just sometimes it's just talking. We're traders. It's like, we all get it. I get it. Like sometimes you just want to talk to fucking traders that are really good and become good. Like, it's sometimes better. I know that. Anyways, guys, if you ever need me as the CEO, I'm extremely busy, but I'm never too busy to give someone my time eventually. So if you shoot me an email, or if my team gets in touch with me and says, hey, got a special request, a question, just shoot it to Jim. Jim will get it to me. And if I have to, I'll get back to you. But like, I'm never too busy to help my people or my customers or my clients, because I started where everybody else was. And I never forget that. Okay. I never forget what it was like at the beginning and what it was like to get started. So if anybody ever needs anything from me or the upper level management in the company, we've got your back. We don't hide behind a website or our staff. Okay. We're all part of the team here, and we care about you succeeding. Okay. So outside of that, guys, I'm going to break for some lunch, go hit the gym. I got to get my daily treadmill in, or else my legs beg me for exercise. Sitting all day is killing it. Right? Get some exercise, get some blood flow. It's good for the health, right? And yeah, if you have any questions, you can shoot us an email under the help section or support and all that fun stuff. No problem, guys. Jim, if you want to post those links one last time, get the links here from Jim, so you have it. There's a direct link to purchase. If you're in it, just in it. Like, don't question it. Just do it and move forward. Take, it's kind of leap with some faith, and I promise you'll be met with results. If you need questions answered, or if you want to talk to somebody one-on-one before you pull the pin on that, then we get it. There's a link, book that session, and Jim and our team will get in touch with you right away. But act quickly, because we want to make sure that we get these booked meetings done quickly. Today and tomorrow is all you have for the 2-in-1. So, all right, guys, enjoy the rest of your day, and have a fantastic evening.
Cheers, everybody. Take care.